Hi everyone, Greg here. Now, today I'm going to make for you my favorite go-to pasta sauce. It's a super simple, easy pasta sauce using all those products people tell you not to use, but I use them because I can turn them into something sensational that the whole family will love. And today I'm using a very secret ingredient as well. Can you pick what it is? Because I tell you what, this secret ingredient makes this turn from Mr. Joe Blow's average pasta sauce into restaurant quality. Serve me up a second plate because I am a drooling quality. Here comes Grego with his special pasta sauce. Let's start cooking. So basically it's just jarred stuff, tinned stuff, processed, and an onion, which is one onion cut up. Now, if you don't like onions, tough. They taste good, so use one. Anyway, let's start throwing this together. So the first thing we need to do is grab your meat. No! Talking about this one? Now, we need to open this. Now, I don't know how exactly you're supposed to do it, but I reckon you could probably pinch and pull. That's the way I usually grab my meat. Then we'll chuck that in, removing anything that doesn't resemble meat because this won't taste any good. But I'm going to keep this because let me show you why later. And we're going to cook this until it's nice and brown. Well, of course I'm going to cook it till it's brown. I'm not eating it raw. I always like to add a little bit of salt to my meat. You got to salt your meat because salt loves meat and meat loves salt. Or something like that. It adds heaps of flavour. Yeah. And this is what this pasta sauce is all about. Okay, so now that's nicely browned. You'll probably notice that there's quite a bit of fat oozing out of that meat because I'm a cheapskate and I bought the 3-star meat instead of the 5. So that's why I always keep this handy, because then if you do want to get rid of the fat, you can just pour it into here. And the beauty about that is you can watch it melt. Whoa! Don't do this at home though, kids. But I will keep some of the fat in there because fat equals flavour. And now it's time to add in the onions. Onion, one of, or 1.5, or half, some. At least some, okay? And some garlic. I usually like to add about, that much. Just add to however much you want. I'm not your father, okay? You can just do whatever you like. But if you want more garlic, add more. If you want less, you know the rest. Anyway, we'll just keep stirring this until the onions are nice and translucent. That's a cooking term, by the way, kids. Means clear, or something like that. I wouldn't know, I'm not a scientist. But we'll just keep cooking this. 3 ingredients, and it smells fantastic already. Ooh, can't wait to add the rest, because I know what's going to be coming later on. Probably me in a tissue once I have my first bite. So we'll just let that cook, and then I'll come back once these onions are nice and clear. Now, you know what that'll do? They don't have to be super soft. I like a little bit of crunch in my pasta sauce anyway. So now, I've got 1 tin, here we go, into focus, Grego, of diced tomatoes. So let's add that in. I love that stuff. And something else I'm going to be adding in is your favourite brand of whatever else that you have. So this is like a proper pasta sauce. So I'm going to add this in as well. I've got the red wine and Italian herbs today. Sometimes I use a 4 cheese. Or the one that doesn't say this on it. It says something else. So just use your favourite. I'm using this one because it was on special. And if I could open it, here we go. Boom. Now, what happens when you've still got some sauce left over? Well, you need to get it out, don't you? And the thing I like to use to get my sauce out is some red wine. Undoubtedly, you'll have a bottle left over that someone gave you for Christmas like 7 years ago. I know I have. Got a few of those. So let's add a little bit in. Only about 1/3 of a cup, not too much. Don't want to go overboard. That's how rumours start. They'll say,
he uses too much alcohol in his pasta sauce. You know what that must mean?
that's all right, I got good taste. I've just opened it up and that was nowhere near enough red wine. So, another bit of a swish. And in she blows. Now that's starting to take shape already, isn't it? Eh? Good enough to eat. Although it's still missing a couple of ingredients, including my favourite ingredient of all time, butter. Oh, I love this stuff. Now I didn't add this in first because sometimes if you want to pour the fat out, then you'll pour the butter out. So you want to add the butter in last. So let's throw that in. As you do, let that melt away. And now it's time to add my secret ingredient. Did you guess what it is? It is anchovies. That's right, the anchovy, that tiny little fish that was swimming along and some guy scoops it up with a net. Poor things. But I tell you what, they taste so good. So let's grab some out. Now you don't want too many of these. You probably only want to use about 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. But because I'm hardcore, I'm throwing in 4. Yeah. I love being hardcore. Oh, that's too many. No, I'm not going 5. 4's enough. Sometimes 5 can just be too many. Look at that butter. Oh, it's like a volcano of heaven. So we'll just stir this around. Get those anchovies in there. Try and get 1 in each corner of our pot here, even though it's a saucepan. Now I'm going to turn the heat right down to about 1, which is the lowest heat, and I'm going to cover my saucepan now. I don't have a proper cover, so I'm using my pizza tray. And we are going to let that bad boy simmer away for as long as you want. The longer, the better.
That's what she said.
I'll probably leave it for at least half an hour or 5 minutes, depending how hungry you are. But for me, I'm probably going to leave it for a couple of hours because I want mine fully enveloped in all those flavours. And that'll give it a chance to really just turn into something you want to come back for 5ths and 6ths of. This is probably not a good pasta if you're trying to lose weight because you will want to have 10 or 20 bowls of it each and every night. So just be warned. Now we'll come back every now and then to give it a stir. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. But don't worry about those anchovies. They will fully dissolve in this and you won't even know that they're there except for that amazing flavour that they add to this pasta sauce. Anyway, we'll come back when it's ready and we'll dish it up on some spaghetti, which I'll also have to cook. Alright, it's been cooking for a little while now and I might just give it a quick taste, see if it needs any more salt. Could do with a little bit more, so I will add in 1 stock cube. I don't want to add in too much because you can always add some salt later, but I will add some stock cube in just to make it taste better, as you do. Alright, well I'll let that continue cooking and I'll start cooking the spag, aka I don't know what else it's called. Pasta? By the way, remember that fat I poured in this thing? Have a look at it. It's all solidified. And, wow, imagine what that's doing to your arteries. Personally, I don't want to know. But I can now just chuck this straight in the rubbish bin. Alrighty, well, that looks like it's pretty much done. So, you know what time it is. It's time for the go-to pasta. Taste. So, let's start off with some pasta. Put some of this delicious, beautiful sauce on there. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this stuff. It's my go-to recipe, did I tell you? And of course, what would pasta be without some cheese? The creaminess of that cheese will infuse through that meat when you mix it all together, and it'll take it to the next level. And we all know how good the next level is, don't we? Anyway, there's dinner. Or lunch, breakfast, snack. Eat it by the pool, take it to school, but don't be a fool. You can take it to work, stick it in your lunchbox. That's what I used to do. That's when I had a job. Right, anyway, let's go. I hope it doesn't burn my mouth. Oh, it is! But those 3rd-degree burns are worth every mouthful. Well, that was my go-to pasta sauce recipe. How easy was that? Fully processed though, but that's okay. It was easy and it tastes great. So what more do you want? I know what I want more of, and that's Greg's Kitchen. If you want more Greg's Kitchen, remember to subscribe for more. Remember to click the bell, thumb this video up, spin around on the spot, and you know the rules. Do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do, except thumb this video up. So make sure you do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for my next recipe right here on Greg's Kitchen.
Oh yeah, this is Greg's Kitchen, where the pasta sauce I made for you today. It's fully processed, but that's the way I like it. It won't